Hey guys, welcome to today's video. I'm doing something a little different for today. I am doing a demo of my Ozone, my plasma pen, called the Plazone. So I thought I'd do a demo. Actually, I was asked about it. So I thought, what the heck, might as well do a little demo of it and talk about it. So I'm going to admit this is a little embarrassing. This is my third plasma pen. The first one was like a $12, $12.99 one I bought on Amazon. I quickly realized it's literally just like an electrode that burns you, and that's how it works. The second one I did a little more digging on, and it was about $100. And actually, that one was highly recommended by a lot of people, and I also realized that one was also a little bit fancier, but same technology. It was just burning. The plasma arc, you can tell if it's real or not. So this is my third one, the most expensive one. I can't remember exactly how much I paid for it at this point, but did a lot more research this time because I didn't want to be disappointed again, and I haven't been. So I've used this one on a few areas, and it's got different treatment things, tops for it. So yeah, so at some point I will definitely use the plasma arc for anti-aging, but it requires a very long healing process of month, a little bit longer than a month. So it's hard to find a month to commit where you don't want to be seen because it leaves these little dots, which are little plasma damages, and then they slowly heal. So it's hard to find like a month where you're like, okay, I'm okay with looking like a total mess. But I've tried it on certain areas, like on scars on my leg and my arm and things like that, and did fine. So for today, I'm going to use the Ozone head on this. But let me talk first. There's some articles about plasma and ozone therapy. And so there's some studies here. Ozone therapy, it's non-invasive. It's a low-cost treatment. And I will say if you have breathing disorders or things like that, there's fans you can get because you will smell the ozone, and it's not particularly great for your lungs. So if you can open a window, I can't open a window because it's negative 14 Fahrenheit today, which is in Celsius is really freaking cold. So yeah, so it's has some therapeutic benefits for skin. Actually, a lot of them involve like inflammation or rosacea, and it can help heal those issues with your skin. And especially with breakouts and things like that, there's different things you can use, specific adaptions you can use for breakouts. And people have reported that their breakouts heal so much faster if they do a quick treatment on it. And I think they give you stickers. These are the little things I got with it. So I think this is for the plasma. This is, I think, a second ozone tip. Yeah, so I mean, I've got it all going on in here. Another ozone tip. And then I think there's stickers too, which you can use for the breakouts. And you just apply the sticker to the product or to your breakout, and then use this over it after the treatment's completed. Then you can remove the sticker. People have said it really works great for that. So before I do anything, I'm going to sanitize it with a little alcohol swab. What is this? 70% alcohol. So let's see. Okay, so here we go with this. You definitely want this to be clean, and you want your skin to be clean and dry, no serums or anything over it. I cleansed it, and I actually just wiped it with a towel, one-time use towel thing, because you don't want any residue or anything left on your skin. So yeah, so they say it can be great also for like cold sores, things like that. Inflammatory skin issues, eczema, psoriasis, atopic dermatitis, contact dermatitis, all of that, and the ozone can help calm your skin and heal it. And yeah, so I can link to some of these studies. They're kind of interesting. But yeah, if you have lung issues or any lung diseases or something like that, do some separate digging on it. Talk to your doctor. Don't take anything from anyone that's a reviewer or influencer. Don't take their word for it. Do your own digging and research. So, okay. So on this device, which is the one I'd recommend, because you can spend up to like $6,000, $7,000, $8,000, $9,000 on them. You don't need to spend that much if you want to, because you're wealthy. Go for it. There's nothing wrong with that. But this one, for me so far, has left me pleasantly happy. So, okay. So I've got this. So in the book, it talks. There's the direction book. Make sure if you click on the link to buy this, I will link to it below. to select the correct adapter plug for your country. I got the US plug, but they also have an EU plug. Because different countries use different plugs. I don't know why we're not all in the same system. It'd make everything traveling so much easier. So this book contains all the stuff about it. The plasma lifting, the ozone. I'm going to go to the page where it talks about the ozone tip. So I've got this properly attached. This part comes off if you wanted to, now I have to sanitize it again, but if you wanted to use a different, if you wanted to use like the plasma arc on it, this one unscrews and you can screw that in. So, and now I touched it, I'm going to sanitize it again, because that's not a great thing. And make sure you don't screw this on too tight because it will break the plastic. Okay, re-sanitizing. Back to the book that I was talking about, and sanitize everything. Okay, so ozone. We want to go to the ozone page, which is page, for me, 10. Talks about how to attach it, and there's different settings. There's so many different settings on this, so let's see. I want to make sure I use the right setting. How to use. Okay, so for the plasma or ozone tip, attach the tip, clean skin, clean the ozone treatment head with alcohol, and then you want it plugged in with whatever cord. And then this middle button is the power button. Hopefully. There we go. Got to hold it for a second there. Okay, so there's certain modes. So for ozone mode, you want to have it in M3, which is continuous. And that's the time. Okay, so to get to M3, you hit the power button again. Then it brings you to M3, and then there's different levels for how strong you want it. If you're new to it, level 1's probably the place to go. If you're experienced with it, you can move it up by hitting, I believe it's the M button. No, it's just the pulse rate. Hang on. Continuous. Okay, to move the level up, you hit this button. I thought it would be this one. It would make more sense to me, but this one. The one that looks like a U. How many levels? I think there's 5. I'm going to do 3. Why not? Okay. So we've got that on. So set it to continuous mode and intensity 1 through 5. And then you want to use this button here. This is what will discharge the shot for you. So when you're ready for it, put it on your skin and do that. So let's see. Okay, so it should be going. I'm a little nervous. I haven't done this in a little bit of time, so there we go. Can you hear it? And you just want to make little circles across the area you want to treat. I don't know if you can hear it or not, but your skin will kind of get a little bit pink right afterwards, and then it'll after it's pink for a little bit, it'll slowly calm back down. But you can use this all over your whole face. You can use it on your neck. But I can say, oof. The weird thing is when I use it around my teeth, where I have a filling, it's probably still an old metal filling. It feels kind of tingly and weird. I don't know why, but the other thing I notice instantly, that smell, a little bit of a smell to it. And they sell like little fans and things like that. If you're going to do this a lot and you're going to do it in a room without any windows and things like that, because different during the fall, spring, and summer, I can have that open. And the cord is very long, so I can get close to the window, and then I don't notice that smell. But in the winter, when it's negative 15 out Fahrenheit, not much you can do other than get a fan. So, if you're a professional doing this all day long, I think maybe a mask and things like that would also be good. Because if you're using this as a professional esthetician or dermatologist, I think better be safe than sorry. You don't want to inhale. You want to inhale as little of it as possible. So, okay, so I've done a little bit on my forehead. I'm going to finish the forehead. And if you take your finger off, then nothing happens. If you take your finger off the trigger, it's like dead to the world. So, and you don't have to do it very long, I think. as long as it takes you to sufficiently cover the area you want to treat. But I will say, like, the next day after using it, and the better I get about using it, it does firm up skin a little bit. And obviously, this is just one of the options. There's really this option, the acne option, and then the plasma option. And I haven't used the acne option, but I've used this, and I've used the arc a little bit on a scar on my arm and a scar on my leg. But not yet on my face because... I want to know exactly how long it's going to take to heal before I mark my face up, and maybe it'd be good if I was going to go into hibernation somewhere, you know, for a while. But it doesn't hurt at all. And this is intensity 3. I guess I could move it up to intensity 5. Okay, now it's at level 5. Yeah, it's about the same. Although I will turn the intensity down when I get to where that cavity was, or that filling is. But it's just that one spot. And I think I've got a feeling like right here. And that's where it doesn't feel the best. It feels weird. Okay, now I'm going to turn it down to level 1 and do this area where I've got that filling. Yeah, much better on level 1 for that area. There we go. So I think I've done it for a minute, a little bit over a minute. I'm going to turn the level back up and then just do a little bit more on my forehead and around my eyes. There we go. Okay, so that's that basically. Turn it off, and to use the plasma, or not, the actual plasma feature, they give you a few of these, which screw in there, and then you can poke. I guess I could try it. Let me. Okay. I might need to ask cameraman how to change the treatment head though, because he did it the last few times. And then obviously when you're done, you're going to want to wipe this off with alcohol again, just to be on the safe side. Okay. Let me see if I can figure out how to put the treatment in myself. Okay. So we got the lifting tip, permeating tip, plasma, needle arc tip. Okay. So we've got this little tool device that comes on it. So it says to remove that, attach. I think we attach one of these parts. Hang on. I wish I had a better camera for in here. Okay. Let's see. So attach this in there, I think. And then screw on this thing, I think. Very technical explanation. And then put this guy in here, I think. Hang on. So that goes in there. Attach needle and maybe there's a different part for that. Remove the tip. insert the needle tip by fixing it and turning the cap head. Okay. Da 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 da. We're slowly getting there. So that should just go in there. Hang on. Hang on. There we go. Okay, I got the thing in. Okay, that's what I was doing wrong. So there we go. And then I'm just going to put this over it and that screws it on. I knew I could figure it out. Again, you're going to want to wipe this with alcohol. And then to use this, you don't necessarily need to have it plugged in. You have to have it plugged in for Ozone, but not for the plasma arc. So turn it on. Okay, we've got it on. Now we do, let's see, set the continuous mode to 3, which we do by hitting the power button once. See, mode 3. Continuous, and then choose the output 1 through 5. I'm going to do 1. And you know what? I'm just going to do a small spot on my arm, I think. So, got that. Let's see. Okay. So you literally, same deal. Nothing happens unless this is pressed. You want to see demo? It's not pressed. It shouldn't do anything. But it is turned on. Now I'm going to do, I'll just do like one. I've got a scar on my hand. I'm just going to do one little dot there on level 1. And it should sting a little bit. But typically you're not doing it in front of a camera. So there we go. You see me had a reaction. But it just gave a little wound. And the difference between this and like a fake plasma pen is that the fake plasma pen will usually give you a dot that's like a dark black spot and not a tan spot. And that's when you can tell the difference between an arc and one that's just using electricity. And since I did low level, you could numb yourself. That's what I'd probably recommend. If I'd thought in advance, I would have numbed my hand. But yeah, so then you just keep doing it over and over and over again. But since I didn't numb myself, it hurt a little bit, even on level 1. It didn't hurt a ton, but enough to give you a sting. So anyway, and there's a little bit of smell of flesh in the air. So yeah, so anyway, yeah, so I enjoy this so far. I'm looking forward to having like a few weeks where I can use something on my face or maybe my neck. You know, if there's patterns, you can like do it in the wrinkles and it will heal and plump and things like that. So I'm going to play with it more before I get confident enough to use it on my face myself. But yeah, so that's it. I'll link to it. For me, honestly, I just really just like the Ozone tip because it really helps firm skin up. So now that I use that, I'm going to put a little bit of a serum on just to, you see it's not very red. Let's see, what serum should I use? I'm going to go with the Ozone one, the new NAD Lifting Essence. There we go. But yeah, it really does firm skin up, even just doing it once every few weeks. There we go. Now the more annoying thing about having it be like -15 out is you still get to wear sunscreen because the sun is still out. It's just cold. So anyway, okay, well there you go. That's what I got for today. So leave a comment below. I will link to this product and yeah, I will see you guys more tomorrow. Okay, thanks so much. Bye guys.